My brother said, let's get rid of the useless people in the family, and you'll be the first. My parents laughed. The only thing you're good for is the money you bring home. I took a deep breath and said, great. In that case, start packing your bags, because this house is mine. My name's Ethan Walker, I'm 31, and I've worked myself into the ground for years. 60-hour weeks as a construction project manager, making around $8,500 a month. 3 years ago, I bought the house I'd always dreamed of. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a pool, and a backyard that looked straight out of a magazine. Every inch of it came from my sweat, my late nights, and every ounce of energy I had left after work. Then one afternoon, my parents showed up on my doorstep. My dad, Rick, was 58, and said he'd retired early because of health issues. My mom, Linda, gave me the same line. My younger brother, Brandon, never lasted more than 6 months in any job he got. The rent went up again, Dad said, looking exhausted. We can't afford it anymore. You've got this big place all to yourself. Maybe we could stay here for a bit, just until we find something. I should have said no, but they were family. So I said, 6 months, that's it, they promised. 2 weeks later, I came home to find them lounging by the pool, drinks in hand, while the kitchen looked like a war zone. The utility bills skyrocketed. Electricity from $180 to $420, water from $90 to $210, groceries from $400 to $100 a month. I asked if they could help with the expenses. We don't have any extra money, Dad said without hesitation. And Brandon? Still unemployed. He barely looked up from his video game when I asked if he'd been job hunting. That's when the comments started. Ethan's always working, Mom would say. He doesn't know how to enjoy life. We do. 6 months turned into a year. When I finally asked, so, when are you planning to move out? Dad said, why would we? We're comfortable here. We're family, Ethan. You shouldn't be keeping tabs. I felt trapped, guilty for wanting my own space, angry for being treated like a stranger in my own home. Then came the breaking point. After a brutal 80-hour week, I got home late one night. I walked into my bedroom and froze. My furniture was gone. All of it. In its place were my parents' things. Bed, dresser, pictures. My clothes were stuffed in boxes in the guest room. I went downstairs, shaking. What the hell did you do? I demanded. Dad didn't even look guilty. We decided we needed the master bedroom, he said casually. It's bigger. We're 2 people. It just makes more sense. Mom added, don't be childish, Ethan. It's just a room. No. It was my room, in my house. I didn't say another word. I went upstairs, locked myself in the guest room, opened my laptop, and logged into my savings account. Balance, $47,850, money I'd been saving for an investment property. I refreshed the page, $23.20. I refreshed again, same number. My chest tightened. Transaction history, 3 days ago, a transfer of $35,530 to an account I didn't recognize. I went downstairs, heart pounding. Who touched my savings account? Dad didn't even look up from the TV. Brandon needed capital to start his business, he said, like it was no big deal. It's a family loan. I didn't authorize that, I snapped. You're so selfish about money, Mom said. You make good money, you'll earn it back. It took me 3 years to save that. Brandon will pay you back once the business takes off, Dad replied. What business? I turned to my brother. An electronics store, he muttered. With who? A friend. You don't know him. You have no business plan, I said. I don't owe you an explanation, he shot back. Dad already approved the loan. It wasn't a loan, I said through my teeth. It was theft. Dad stood up. Watch your mouth. We're family. What's yours is ours. No, I said quietly. What's mine is mine. I earned it. Mom jumped in. We gave you a roof when you needed one. I gave you a roof, I said. This house is in my name. Technicalities. Dad waved it off. You're thinking like a lawyer. We're talking about family. I went upstairs and called the bank. Sir, the rep said, the transfer was authorized with your password and security code. I didn't authorize anything, I said. Does anyone else have access to your information? I thought of my laptop. I always left it in the living room.